there we have it, the Sunto Peak 9 GPS Sport Watch. And if you're looking for a GPS watch with an amazing battery life, even with the GPS turned on, and an extraordinary water resistance up to 10 ATM, and if you want to challenge the Ghost Runner to train your speed a little bit, then get ready for this bad boy. Hey, my name is Leonard, you're watching the Product Reviewer, and that's me. So let's not waste any more time and let's get right into some specs and the design. This watch has a big 1.69 inch color touch display with a resolution of 240 by 240 pixels. Now with 62 grams, this watch may not be the lightest, but it's definitely not the heaviest either. Now for around 569 euros, you get a sapphire glass which is very durable. Now it's hard to get scratches on and even harder to break it. You have a stainless steel case and a plastic bottom. Depending on what of the 4 variations you take, these specs can change up a little bit. Now you have 4 different ones. Now you have either this all black version, you have a blue titanium, a white titanium, or a moss gray one. Now the 2 titanium ones are a little bit more costly as they come at a price of 699 euros. So better think twice before you spend all of your savings. The 22mm silicone strap on this watch is a little bit too heavy and a little bit too thick for my taste, but through all of these holes, your skin can still breathe easily. Now, this watch is also water resistant up to 10 ATM and you have 3 physical buttons on the side. With the upper one you can scroll up, the lower one scrolls down, and the middle one is either the select button or you can get to your shortcuts, which is by the way the D&D mode, watch faces, alarm, timer, and your settings. Now if you don't want to use the 3 buttons on the side, you can of course just swipe up and down, left and right, that works as well. Now since we have a GPS watch, this watch of course has GPS, Baidu, Galileo, GLONASS and QZSS for navigation. The battery life is insane as well, depending on how you use it. On normal usage you should get about 14 days of battery life and 7 days if you have all the activity tracking features turned on and all the health tracking as well. But still pretty insane in my opinion. As for the accuracy of the health tracking and the GPS, I really cannot complain too much about the Sunto Peak 9. As I was comparing it to my Polar H10 chest band, heartbeat wise, step wise, mileage wise, this watch wasn't that far off. The smartwatch gave me an average heart rate of 158 beats per minute and a maximum of 175, whereas the chest band gave me an average of 160 beats and a high of 176. GPS wise, this smartwatch is very good outside of the city, but a little lackluster when you're inside of the city. Now the GPS is a little bit wonky sometimes inside of the city, but really not that bad. Now step wise and mileage wise, this watch was spot on and only the burn calories were a little bit high in my opinion. This watch also has a sleep tracker on board which only tracks your sleep duration based on the amount you told the watch you want to sleep on average at night, and it tracks your heart rate throughout the night as well. Next up is the sport tracking, and if I count it right, you have 80 different sport modes to choose from. You have all kinds of stuff starting at the basics of running, walking, swimming and hiking workouts, but you also have a great variety of ball sports, yoga, weight training and a whole bunch of winter sports. You may not get leisure sports like whack-a-mole or whatever some smartwatches have for a training mode, but I guess I can cope with that. Now, before you start your training, the watch will try to look for a GPS signal first, and before you start, you can do a whole bunch of customizations down in the options menu. Down here you can toggle on Sunto Plus. Over here you find new functions like Ghost Runner that I have already mentioned, climb hill training, different loop modes for pace, power and time, sprinting modes for running and cycling, and a lot more. To explain every single one of them would be a little bit too much. I just wanted to put it out there and let you know guys what this watch has. You can also set usual things like a target, turn on and off the GPS, the wrist heart rate or the auto pause function. You can also customize your battery life to fit your needs. You can put it in the best performance, which gives you 25 hours of battery life, and endurance mode which lasts for about 50 hours, ultra mode for 120 hours, and even longer in the tour mode with up to 120 hours for GPS tracking during your workouts. Now after starting your workout, for example the running mode, the watch will tell you your workout time, heart rate, distance and pace, and through the little arrow on the side of the watch you get to see in which heart rate zone you're currently in. And all of these stats are being tracked in the app as well, so you can look at them anytime you want to. So what features does the Sunto Peak 9 offer? And this watch is pretty straightforward. You have a few customizable watch faces. Just go to your shortcuts and over here just swipe up and down to scroll through your different watch faces, of which each shows you different metrics. Now I told you that this watch is customizable, but actually you can only switch up the colors of the watch faces. If we swipe up, we get to the navigation feature. Right here you will find your compass, your location, and if you have created a route on the Suunto app, you can get this route on your watch and you can simply follow it with your watch. Also, if you have pinpointed points of interest in the app, you will get to see them on the watch as well. For example, an old castle that you come by during your hiking tour. You also have a logbook which shows you your latest tours and trainings, and for last you have a timer and your settings. Scrolling down gets you to your heart rate, and if you tap it once you get to see your blood oxygen level as well. Swiping right gets you to a little graph which shows your heart rate for the last 12 hours. Further down you have the stress recovery, a step counter, and your burn calories. And for both of them you get to see them as a graph as well. Next up we get the total amount of hours we worked out for the week as a number, split up in every day of the week and in a graph once again. We have an altitude as well as a body temperature measurement, and for last our sleep tracker and our fitness level. This one tells you your fitness age, and with just 20 years I'm better off than I thought I would be. Now you can see all of these stats in your app as well, since it's easier to read over there and this watch is a little bit lagging or it's not running that smoothly when you swipe to the next tile or if you open up an app. As well as we do receive notifications on this watch, but we cannot really do anything but to read them. If you want to have more details and if you want to reply to messages, you have to do that on your smartphone. As well as we have the Suunto app, and it's very clean and I like it a lot. On the front page you get the total number of hours you worked out for each month, and right next to it we have a small calendar on which we can check out on which days you did a workout and see a summary for all of the activities and health data this day. You also get a small map with your workout routes, and if we scroll down we get to see every of our workouts individually. You can even swipe right to see some more activity stats for the last week. The next 3 pages of the app are basically what you get to see on the front page, just a little bit bigger. And folks, that's already it for the video. Now all that's left to say is that you should smash that like button, subscribe to my channel if you want to be part of the community, and also don't forget to click the notification bell to never miss out on any new content. And with that being said, see you next time. Peace!